It was a really horrible marriage. And I'm not trying to say this to bash anybody, but the marriage itself was a horrible one. It changed my mind, my mentality, how I viewed myself. That marriage was an assignment from the enemy to destroy me, to destroy my identity, to destroy who I was, to destroy me. And if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't be here. And matter of fact, it was through that marriage, that toxic marriage, that's when I actually met the Lord. Hey everyone. So my move to Texas is not as easy as 1, 2, 3, where I can just pick up my stuff and leave. I am a single mom. I have 2 kids. It's not just easy like, oh, I can pack my bags. No, because these children have fathers and permission is actually required. Had my first daughter out of wedlock. She's about to be 11 now. I have a grown preteen on my hands. And then I had one in my previous marriage. Just a little bit about me. I was married for 8 years, divorced. I wasn't always in the Lord. And it was through my marriage, it was a toxic marriage, that I found the Lord. And the Lord just revealed himself to me as a husband. And I definitely would love to talk more about that in my future videos to come. But I have pharaohs that I have in my life. There are things that can keep me tied down here. And within the last few weeks, it consisted of me talking to people about it, telling people that I'm moving, getting permission, making peace with people. I didn't want to leave New York with unfinished business, and I was primarily thinking about, like, I don't want to have debt or anything like that. I want to pay off my bills. That was the unfinished business that I had in mind, but then God had something else in mind. It was actually making peace with people and just getting, like, my move requires for me to be on good terms with certain people, I'm realizing. And I had 3 pharaohs in my life. And the reason why I call them pharaohs, and you'll know why in a bit, is because when Moses encountered God, the Lord told Moses, you have to go to Pharaoh and tell him, let my people go. Pharaoh obviously was stubborn. And instead of letting them go, he increased their workload and made things 10 times harder for them. And God had to do 11 plagues for Pharaoh to let them go. And then even after Pharaoh let them go, he still ran after them. The moral of the story is the Israelites got to leave Egypt. The Israelites got to leave slavery. And I have a few pharaohs in my life, not just one, not just 2. I have 3 pharaohs in my life, and they're kind of scary. But the good news is God already overcame 2 of the 3 pharaohs. One pharaoh was my parents. At first they were upset. I even had a dream they were upset, but then the Lord granted me favor with them after a second conversation. It was actually a miracle, because my parents been in New York our whole lives, and I'll be the first child to literally leave. And so I'm the baby of the family too, and got into a horrible marriage, and my parents had to see me suffer through that. We've gotten to certain discussions, and like, if this didn't happen, this didn't happen. So I know that now my parents really want to make sure that they tried, and I'm just really grateful for that they do care. But the good news is that they're in agreement with me on moving to Texas. I did reveal to them that this is what the Lord's doing in my life. And I know they're still getting to know the Lord. So for them, I know they're like watching and just observing to see what's going to happen next. So God overcame, that was the first obstacle. And the second obstacle was my daughter's father. He's very involved with my daughter. He loves her very much. And even before I knew I was going to Texas, we even had an agreement, like, I guess for this school year, like, I'm actually gonna get into too many details, but we co-parent, and he co-parents well. And so he has a really great relationship with his daughter. And well, he could literally take me to court if he wanted to. First conversation I had with him, he was like, I'm not talking about this now. And then he revealed to me after our second conversation that the Lord actually had gave him a dream that I was moving. And this was like months ago. And I was like, wow, look at how God revealed to him this before I did. And I'm like, God, you were on my side. But it's the third Pharaoh that I'm a little nervous about. only because, it was a really horrible marriage. And I'm not trying to say this to bash anybody, but the marriage itself was a horrible one. It changed my mind, my mentality, how I viewed myself. That marriage was an assignment from the enemy to destroy me, to destroy my identity, to destroy who I was, to destroy me. And if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't be here. As a matter of fact, it was through that marriage, that toxic marriage, that's when I actually met the Lord. I was so lonely in a marriage. When I escaped into the marriage thinking I would never be lonely again, that's when the Lord revealed himself to me the first time. And he revealed himself to me as a husband, but I digress. That although I am now divorced, the battle is still fierce. And I'm trying to say this with much grace as possible. The battle is fierce. And so with this one, I actually had to go to court to petition to ask for permission to relocate. And so by the grace of God, I was actually granted a court case very soon. Sooner, like when you go to court, you won't get a reply until like months later. Matter of fact, to even get your case on the calendar, it'll be 4 to 8 months later, but God gave it to me within a week and a half. So I have something pending, and I'm nervous because it can go both. It can go, God is automatically going to just give me the favor and I don't have to plead. I don't have to even say anything, or I would have to put up a really good case. I can't say, oh, well, the Lord told me to move to Texas. That's not going to work in the courts. So this just makes me nervous. It can go easier or it can go harder, but the way God has been working, I'm just curious to see what he's going to do. This is literally my last thing that I need for me to fully move. And I'm not moving without my children. It's not happening. It's my baby. And the first dream that I had, I moved with both of my kids. So that's how I know that his will. And so I'm making this video because I felt like the Holy Spirit led me to make it. And I can go back to this video, and when God does what he does, I can go and make another video and say that the Lord did it. Because when it comes to court cases, it has to be certain specifics. So I'm just curious to see if I have to fend for myself, and I'm just curious to see if I don't have to say anything, how the Lord will do it. I hope this encouraged anyone that, think that they cannot move because, there's certain things here holding them back. If the Lord is calling you somewhere, go. Because if he can do it for me, he absolutely will do it for you. Not even can. God is doing it for me. So yes, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.